I am Danielle from Marty and Danielle on 91X in the mornings. As always, I have my beer drinking partner in crime with me, Paul Segura, brewmaster of Karl Strauss. And I'm stoked to be inviting Tyson from O'Brien's here to represent for O'Brien's and West Coast Smoke and Tap House for San Diego Beer. Welcome back, Tyson.
Yeah, what's up, you guys? Great to see you.
Cheers.
So look, it is the age of Rona, and normally for San Diego Beer Week, we would be at a different place every single day doing a live broadcast, but we all have to be safe. So instead, we are celebrating from the safety of our homes, but you can still get out and have a great time. So this is technically the third day of San Diego Beer Week, and what does O'Brien's and West Coast have planned for this week?
Well, over at West Coast, we just decided to kind of roll the weekend into the week. We're doing our wing night tonight, Monday wing night. You guys got to come through for that. Chef Umberto kills it in the kitchen, comes up with a ton of different fun sauces, playful, spicy, sweet, sour, all sorts of good stuff on one of the favorite bites of the restaurant itself, being chicken fried goodness. What's that?
Did you say playful?
Oh, he's playful.
Oh.
With the sauce.
In that case.
Are you interested?
I am.
Yeah, Umberto killed in the kitchen over there, and Georgie, his sous chef, has taken over the smoker over there and really she's been killing it, man. Just things have really just elevated over the last year and really come showing great teamwork in the kitchen and making great things happen. So really awesome food happening over there at West Coast, and we're really proud and stoked. So wing night tonight, Monday night, it's going down. You guys got to come through. We put on a ton of amazing beer over the weekend. One notably, Father Larry's that Thorne brewed for us. Larry in mind. Larry, the founder of West Coast Smoke and Tap House, and passed away a couple years ago. Awesome dude, touched a lot of people's lives, and just the kind of publican that made you visit, revisit, have conversations, enjoy, and make West Coast your home. So and his thoughts live on, and tradition remains. Thorne brewed an awesome double IPA with him in mind, so we had that on tap. Put on a number of beers from Moxa, from Derek Galanos up, and in outside of Sacramento and Rockland. Virgin beers are flowing. It's ridiculous on tap right now. It's ridiculous.
Representing out in East County. Well, I mean, do we have West Coast Smoke and Tap House? Is that considered East County? It's not quite.
It's La Mesa, so it's east.
It's east.
We'll take it. And recently voted best tap list in La Mesa, so pretty awesome. Best barbecue, best wings. We got a ton of awards just recently, and it felt really good. Our whole crew, front of the house and back of the house, have been working really hard to make that place feel good to everyone. And COVID hasn't been a help, but we sure have turned the parking lot into a space to enjoy as well. So
congratulations to that. What are we drinking right now, by the way?
Yeah, this is one of Tom's beers up at Nickel. He's a wet hop freak, and so he brewed. Shoot, man, each year he brews more and more. This year being kind of a harder year to get wet hops, just a different year. He only brewed 7 wet hop beers.
Is that all? I mean, what
the hell? Most breweries brew 1, maybe 2. You know what I mean? And maybe do some collaborations, but 7 beers, yeah. And so this is a CATA-STRATA-PHIC Times. So a little I don't even want to say homage to this fucking year, but a little reference to what we're dealing with this year.
It's a nice play on words. I appreciate that. Have you ever been at his brewery during a wet hop brew?
I've never freaking been there during a wet hop brew, no.
Because he has it down right now. This is the third or fourth wet hop beer I've had this year. So I've had half of his wet hop offerings this year. So, and every one has been amazing. A-effing amazing.
CATA-STRATA-PHIC.
I think between Beer for Breakfast, Going Out to Julian, and Swinging by O'Brien's for Wet Hop Fest, I'm pretty sure that I had every single one in Nickel's wet hop beers this year. And yes, they were all phenomenal.
Yeah.
That Centennial one we had, the last, like, that was mind-blowing. Like, he found a formula. He's got something going on that, like,
he knows what's up. And he does a ton of collaborations, usually each wet hop year too. So he's kind of spreading that wealth of knowledge, which I think is just, you know, it's the beer scene. It's what happens. You know, people obtain knowledge, they share it with others flourish, and the scene flourishes in addition. So really awesome. But yeah, Strata hops, sexy hop. Everybody wants to get their hands on them. There were quite a few breweries that got a chance to enjoy Strata wet hops this year. Nickel was one of them, and he killed it with CATA-STRATA-PHIC Times. Super good.
He's got some contacts. He knows a few people. I said, Tom knows a few people. He's got some contacts.
He's got a hook up or two.
I think he brings people in and feeds them full of birthday bacon and God knows what else, and then they're willing to do whatever, man. Here's like a bunch of wet hop Strata. Go big.
Yeah, dude.
And he does.
Yeah, awesome beer. I love this time of year. I mean, we only get one chance at these beers. You know what I mean? So we just got done with a wet hop festival over at O'Brien's, and Tom's been spraying the beers around town. You're seeing some other goodness out there, but Strata in this beer, it's that soft kind of tropical edge that you're looking for from Strata. Little hints of peach. I get almost every wet hop. I get melon for some reason. I don't know. Like we were talking about that last time. Like I get these hints of like maybe not honeydew, but some kind of sweet melon, and you get a little bit of kind of grassy earth. It's awesome.
I think the melon is like something I get in a lot of wet hop beers.
Yeah.
Once you kind of mentally get past that, then it starts opening up everything else that's in there. I totally get the peach that you're talking about. There's a lot of like different stone fruit in here. Maybe a little apricot also.
Yeah. Super good.
And like rose tips.
Yeah. Super good.
Anyway, great beer.
One of my favorites. Yeah. So you'll see a bunch of Nickel beers on tap at both O'Brien's and West Coast throughout this week. We're doing over at O'Brien's tonight. We're doing Moxa Tap Takeover. We did a beer dinner last night with Derek and the crew. It was so much fun. We were able to do a kind of socially distanced patio beer dinner.
Yeah.
In the crisp November evening weather. It was pretty awesome. Like it just felt good. I don't know. We do a beer dinner a month for the last decade at O'Brien's and several over at West Coast, and it's been weird to not do beer dinners once a month this year. So it felt really good. We invited Mike from Mostra Coffee and Matt Kamick from Hamilton's to come and do dishes. So it was like getting some friends together, cooking some awesome food, enjoying 50 of our closest friends and family. Derek brought like the whole family.
All right. That entire group that you just mentioned, Derek and Matt and Mike, those guys are very gourmand, man. Those guys all like top shelf food and libations. I know that there were some special bottles that went around. There always is with that crew.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, did Tyson freeze?
Oh no.
He froze.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably
all right.
I was going to say real quick that Derek did not hold back with his the list of beers that he offered up for our event. He sent me a list of 18 beers, and I said, well, let's just take them all. So it's a list and some change of IPAs, lagers, imperial stouts, pastry stouts, barley wines, barrel aged this, barrel aged that. We've got Grasp of Oak that he took a medal at GABF just recently. That's on tap as a collaboration that he did with Modern Times. So it is a stacked list. And we also have some bottles for sale that he sent down. We're kind of doing like a pop-up bottle shop so people can come and grab Moxa bottles exclusively at the pub as well. So super cool.
You won't be hanging on to those very long. Those will end up selling pretty quick.
Yeah. We're just doing O'Brien's prices. So
when he does those brown bag sales, they always go pretty good.
For sure.
So this next beer, this bottle here is a collaboration of Beachwood Blendery with Nickel Beer Company UB25. What is this, Tyson?
So this is a beer that's going to be on tap at both places. This is a beer that we did for our 25th anniversary for O'Brien's last year. We did 25 collaborations for 25 years. Blendery was someone we really wanted to work with and hang out with, and we're really excited to have those guys invite us into their home and do a little blend. We had the idea of a red wine, barrel-aged sour ale. So Tom came up with the name UB25 instead of UB40 red wine. So UB25.
Yeah!
Red wine. Anyway. And so, some fun, a fun blend of sour beers that we were able to put together with this one. Grenache grapes came to play, but raspberries and cherries, stone fruit and pluot and all sorts of other beers that we really liked, and we just started blending. And those guys have such noses and such palates over there. It was just a cool experience to hang with those guys and put this blend together. We're going to be pouring this at both O'Brien's and West Coast this week. So I figured we'd share as well with you guys. What do you guys think?
Julian Schrago, the brewmaster over at Beachwood, is a big metalhead. I can only imagine what kind of music was playing while you guys were hanging out. But perhaps more importantly, he is a freaking genius when it comes to beer, just in general. Dude makes some great beer.
Yeah, big time.
It smells amazing.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever consumed beer with Gabe, partner there.
Yeah.
The main owner. He's got a really impressive palate and nose, and he's picking off, subtle flavors here and there, inconsistencies there, maybe an off flavor, just things that you're just like, how did you get, what? Just amazing, just really cool, good people, great hosts.
Really fantastic beer. I'm not a huge sour person, but I could totally throw back this entire bottle, which I'm probably going to when we're done here. But it doesn't have a lot of bite to it. It's the sour isn't as intense as some that I've had before.
I agree with that.
Right. It's got beautiful. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm sorry. I could taste almost everything that's on the label. And it's really hard to make that happen. I think the oak comes through in just the right amount. It's got the proper dryness. Like this bottle would command a lot of money. This is a very well-made beer. I would have liked maybe even a little more age, dare I say. This bottle will stand up to a few more years, I think, and it might actually improve. It's not to say in any way that it's young or bad, or like, it's perfectly beautiful right now. And it's probably been aged already for several years, 3 years at least.
Yeah.
So, but
exactly.
This is a remarkable bottle.
Yeah, we were incredibly pleased at the end of drinking still, when you blend, you're blending still beers, uncarbonated, unfinished. Well, finished, but not conditioned yet, and not carbonated, bottle conditioned or forced carbonated for draft yet. But we were super pleased on the blend and how it ended up. And again, being able to taste all these little flavors and nuances and of the beers and fruit that was that those the aged beers enjoyed, felt like it was ready to drink right out the gate, but will definitely afford some time in the bottle and in the keg, and we have plenty to make that happen. So it's a beer we'll be celebrating over for years to come. We have it in bottles at the pub, but we have a bunch of cases, so we're really excited to enjoy that. Bunch of kegs too. So like I said, it's going to be on draft at both West Coast Smoke and Tap House and O'Brien's. So
I got to put you on the spot real quick.
So,
but I know that you can tackle this question because you are an expert in this field. What would you pair this with?
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Dude, this could go a bunch of different ways, man. I mean, kind of a no-brainer is some kind of game bird, duck, game hen, roasted, fried. I usually try and create some kind of comparable bridge from the plate to the pint. So I'd put something, either some kind of fruit element or a pickled element on the plate as well. So let's just go with a pan-seared duck, like maybe a black pepper raspberry puree of sort. Let's garnish that with arugula salvetta, one of my favorite herbs, which has a little peppery, buttery notes as well. I could just eat that just right there. Give me the protein, the sauce, and a little garnish, and call it good. But this would be great with charcuterie and cheeses to start your meal off. You know what I mean? This would be amazing with, anything from a camembert to a brie. Blue would even work well with it. It's a fun, progressive beer. So
this is what I love about you and O'Brien's and West Coast is you go to O'Brien's and it's a pub and you get your pub food, but there's also a whole other layer of elevated food and a little bit more quote unquote elegant and bringing together things that you wouldn't quite see at a pub, which is why it is so important to get to O'Brien's and get in on any of these beer dinners that do happen. What is the best way to keep up with what's going on at O'Brien's and at West Coast?
So social media is the best, immediate way. So West Coast Smoke and Tap House on both Instagram, Facebook, and then O'Brien's Pub SD on both Instagram and Facebook. We'll post anything from events coming up to what's happening that day, to what's on tap, to what you can't miss, to what you need to eat. Signing up for newsletters at both places on our websites is a really good idea as well, as far as planning ahead for things like beer dinners and main events. So those are the best ways to keep up with what's going on. But stopping by and saying what's up, talking to people at the pubs is always a good way to go as well.
For anybody out there who has not yet done a beer dinner at O'Brien's, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? When you call yourself a beer fan.
We're talking about rocking out beer dinner for the holidays at West Coast Smoke and Tap House too. So if you're out East County, if you're out La Mesa and you want to enjoy one with us, keep your ear to the ground. We're going to be letting out some news here soon. So
can't wait.
Close this year out right with some friends and family and eat well, drink well, and make things good, because bring on 2021. We're all ready.
Yes. And with that, I want to thank you so much, Tyson, for joining us for Beer for Breakfast for San Diego Beer Week. We are on day 3 of a 10-day week celebrating San Diego craft beer across the county. Remember, the best way to keep up with what's going on in the beer community is through the San Diego Brewers Guild app, as well as their website. That is sdbeer.com. They keep up with all the events going on throughout the city. And as you're enjoying San Diego Beer Week, make sure that you tag SDBW 2020, and tag the Brewers Guild also. That is SD Brewers. Hey, cheers to San Diego beer and happy San Diego Beer Week. Be safe out there. Enjoy responsibly, and cheers to independently owned craft beer radio.
91X.